So good morning, good afternoon, good night, YouTube, to the Rare Breed family. You know, whenever y'all get a chance to look at this video. See, y'all, look, some of you guys out here don't realize that you are chosen, right? Because what it is that you feel like with the things that you have done in your past, you probably feel like, how could God choose me? You know, how am I the chosen one? See, God wants you to know that he knows you are not perfect, right? And that whatever you are holding on to mentally, he forgives you. You know what I'm saying? You didn't always make the good decisions when it came to being a parent, when it came to being in a relationship, you know? Even when it came to work, you're the manager, you're the boss. Even if you're just, you were an employee and you would arrive late almost every Saturday you had to work, you know? Like anything that you feel like you're holding on to mentally. Because see, what we do, we will find the smallest things and feel like, wow, I feel like I'm getting karma because of this. And see, God wants you to know that, you know, that's not how life works, you know. Give yourself some credit. You're not out here killing, stealing. You didn't set anyone up to die or, you know, anything else to maliciously hurt someone. You know, so God needs for you to give yourself some credit. He knows you are not perfect. He didn't put you here to have all of the answers. You see what I'm saying? He put you here to be on path and to help others and to acknowledge what you have been through and to learn from your mistakes. He is your father. He is here to protect, provide, and to guide you in life. You see what I'm saying? Like, you don't have to be perfect. And a lot of you are holding on to certain things in life that you feel like you should have done something. And y'all, we all go through that. You know, we wish we could turn back the hands of time and just put ourselves back in that position. You know what I'm saying? Like, you wish you could take this back 5, 10 years, 15 years. Like, dang, I would have really done this differently. But you know what? When you think like that, you know what that is? That's called growth. That's what God wanted you to see. You see what I'm saying? He allowed those things to happen so you could learn from those things, so you could look back and be like, you know what? I could have done better. I can be better than that. At least I know this time around. Because some people just wake up and live, and whatever happens, happens. They don't care about what they did like years ago. Hell, they don't even care about yesterday. And y'all, don't get it wrong, like, all of us don't think back that far, because I ain't gonna lie, y'all, I have my days, like, I don't even remember what I did yesterday. Sometimes last week, hell, sometimes in the last 30 minutes, you know, one of the kids would be like, Mom, you just said you was gonna do this and we was gonna do that. I'm like, I did? Oh, okay, yeah, that sounds about right. You know what I'm saying? So, not saying that you have to sit there and try to think of things, but for those of you who do hold on to certain things, God needs you to release that and to let it go. He put you in that position for a reason, and no matter how hard it is or what happened, you know, who did what, how it went down, God knows that at the end of the day, your heart is pure. You know, he knows that you didn't go out here looking for people to do you wrong. You know, you didn't just go to a crack house and sell your kid. Even if you were on drugs or selling or however it went in life, you know what I'm saying? God knows that you have a certain type of hustle and mentality, and he applauds you for that. But now he needs for you to release all of that. He needs for you to release it back into the universe so he can step in and just make things so much better for you. Because at the end of the day, you know, it's easier said than done. And I say that all the time. It's always easier said than done. But some things we truly have no control over. Like, you can't help that you trusted certain people, you know. You can't help that you were at a certain job because you put in like 10 applications. This was the person this company is who hired you. And when you got there, you hated it. Things didn't go how you expected. You see what I'm saying? That's fine. God wants you to want more so he can do more, and he needs for you to really release that energy and that narrative, feeling like, you know what, I can't be chosen because of all the things that I've been through. But you need to think about the fact that you survived those things. And most people could not last 5 seconds in your shoes, trust me. They could not walk a day. Like, y'all, it's been times when certain things would happen to me, or I went through certain things, and you know what people would say? Oh my God, how did you get through that? How did you do that? Like, that couldn't have been me. Or, I'm glad it didn't happen to me. Like, I wouldn't know what to do. And I'm just sitting here looking like, okay, yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, none of us hope that nothing bad would happen to us. But it's the fact that you got through it. You know what I'm saying? You really could have committed suicide. Or you could have went out here and tried to make someone else's life hell because you couldn't understand what you went through. You see what I'm saying? But you didn't do that. You held your own. You figured out a way to get through what you were going through. And, you know, you kept it pushing. You moved forward. That's what God wanted you to do. He wanted you to just understand that you had no control over that situation. And even though you got hurt in the process, he still had your back, and he still had your back. No matter what it is. He probably needed, you know, to be in that place to get to a certain person. Because what was working with those people who was around the person, or those people he needed to get, you know, it wasn't working when they were around. Because to be honest, they all probably were the same type of people. Or, you know, even when you, like I said, at a job, co-workers, maybe they all were the same type of people. But you came in, you were different. You wanted to, like, play by the rules and try to make things better. And they like, nah, we used to shady deals. We don't need you coming up in here trying to do things the right way. We like messing up people's lives, you know? Like, who knows? But the way that you be in those positions and you think differently from other people, God knows that about you. He recognized that. He recognized that, you know, you are different. You are definitely a rare breed. No matter what, because trust me, the decisions that you made, even though you feel like it wasn't the right decision or it wasn't perfect, someone else, it would have went way left. You know what I'm saying? Things would have been a lot worse for someone else if they were hit with the same thing you were hit with, or if they went through the same things you went through. They wouldn't be able to last. So you need to give yourself more credit. You need to understand that you were made to go through certain things and to live another day, and to probably just tell your story. Because you have a testimony. You're chosen. You have more than one. Hell, you probably have a ton from the time you were a child up until now. Some probably just happened yesterday. But guess what? You are still here today. So that's all that matters. Don't think you are not chosen because you didn't do everything perfect in life. But you never put yourself in a position to take a life. You left that up to God. And that's the main thing, because y'all been through so many things in life. You know, people probably do feel like, well, dang, they should be a killer. You know, they feel like you should be a certain way. But God says, no, you did exactly what you were supposed to. You let go and you let him step in. And for that reason, God is going to always bless you. He is always going to protect you. Let's not forget, your better days are ahead of you, not behind you. So even though it's easier said than done, y'all got to let go of certain things from the past. You know what I'm saying? Like, you really have to focus on moving forward and just learn from those mistakes. You know, you have to understand that those things happen for a reason. And now you know better. You know what signs to look for. You know what I'm saying? You know how to navigate life and look at things a different way that you didn't know 5, 10, 15, 20 years ago. You can be a better parent. You can be a better companion. When you go to work, you already know exactly how to move around certain people depending on what the job is and what you're doing. Or either you got promoted, so you don't have to worry about certain things anymore, because you did what God needed you to do, and that's all that matters. Even when you don't know what to do, you still doing what God needs you to do. You know what I'm saying? You could have been out here making life and things way worse for people. You could be out here raising hell 24/7. You could have turned to drugs. You could have started drinking. Even if you did do things like that, you didn't do it to the point that you hurt yourself and other people. You got up out of that situation and you became better. And that's all God wants, is the best for you. You know, he wants you to know that you are definitely deserving of a grateful, fruitful life, filled with joy, filled with peace, filled with happiness. And you are going to get all of those things. All those things that you felt like you didn't deserve, God is going to bless you and give you everything that you feel like you're not even capable of having. All because you stood 10 toes down. All because you defeated those demons. You defeated those attacks. You defeated anyone who went up against you, them and all the people they brought along to go with them to tear you down. You are one person. One person. You know, you didn't deserve any of those things. And even if it wasn't a gang of people, it still took more than one person to try to go behind your back and make you look stupid. You know what I'm saying? Like, they tried to finesse you. It took more than one person to do that. You know why? Because you're not the average thinking person. Nothing about you is average. Nothing whatsoever. Not the way you move around in this world. Not the way you look at other people. Even when you listen to someone speak and you listen to their story, you're not hearing their story like the next person. You're listening in a way that can really help them overcome what they are going through. You see? It's something about you that carries a blessing. So even when you go around other people, even when people do you wrong, just because you are around that person, God could bless them. Just because of you. Just because of you being who you are. And y'all, some people bring straight bad luck. I told y'all, one of my story times, one of my videos up here, I talk about how I was around certain people or this certain person, y'all. And I swear, it's like something will always happen. But see, you don't have to worry about that, because you're chosen. You bring nothing but good luck and light. People can't help but to stare at you when you walk and step in a room. You see what I'm saying? That's why the enemy always wanted to attack you. That's why they always went up against you, because they cannot understand this light that irritates those demons inside of them. But God wants you to know you are winning, okay? I love you all. Let's not forget, we're a Rare Breed family over here. This is your world. We just happen to live in it. And I'm happy to meet other chosen ones, you know. Like, anyone who takes the time out to even watch the videos, I'm proud of you for being who you are. Because it's something inside of you that didn't give up. You know, and I'm glad you defeated the demon. I'm glad you defeated all the attacks. I love y'all. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Welcome to the Rare Breed family. I will see y'all in another video. I'm Demi the Don. Bye, y'all.